day in my life in Medellin, Colombia. Now, a lot of people are afraid of the security situation in this country, and to that I can only tell you that you're absolutely right to be afraid, because it's not a very safe country to live in. So even what I'm doing right now, walking with the camera open, is not the smartest thing you can do, because it can get you robbed, and then you have an uncomfortable situation because you're gonna be confronted with a gun pointed to your face. Therefore, it's not something you really want to get yourself into. On the other hand, it's like it depends where and at what time exactly you're walking around. So right now, during the day, a lot of people are gonna say to you, well, not that likely that something's gonna happen, but you're still never 100% safe. So if you're in Colombia, you're gonna have to live with the fact that you live at constant threat of something happening to you. You're getting robbed, your valuable things or whatever. So that's just the price you pay for living in this country. Now, that being said, it also depends where exactly you are, because right now we're not in a bad neighborhood. Like, Laureles is not that dangerous to be in, but the problem with the robberies is that this can actually play against you, because if you think about it from the perspective of somebody who wants to rob things, would you go to a neighborhood where people are broke, or would you go to a neighborhood where people have valuable things and money? In Medellin, for example, actually there was never an incident ever where I got robbed, especially not at gunpoint. I've seen people who were robbed, like pickpocket, but at gunpoint never saw that, but I definitely heard stories. So I have another video on this channel where I actually talked about the experience of getting robbed at gunpoint in Santa Marta, but that's actually a good while ago now. So since then, actually nothing really happened, and because of that, I kind of saw things more relaxed. But the thing is, as soon as you get robbed again, you will get back into that reality mode where you know again that the safety situation is just not the same as in Western country. Like, you have to be honest about that fact. Like, if I, on the other hand, in Frankfurt, Germany, if I would walk around with that camera now in the center of the city, would I feel safe? No, because of the migration situation. You know, it's like, can get robbed there by African immigrants, so or you know, from the Middle East or whatever. So you're not safe there either. I guess if you really want to have that full-blown safety these days, you need to go to Eastern Europe or to Southeast Asian countries. But apart from that, you're really not safe anywhere. Let's say you would be walking down this street at like 10 p.m. at night. Like, would you feel safe walking down the street knowing that you're in one of the most dangerous cities in the dangerous countries in the world? Personally, I don't. So now we're in the side streets again. It's like a little bit more chill, you know. Actually, I feel much safer in them, even though people always tell you to like stick to the main streets. But the thing is, on the main streets, you're also on display for much more people. And the reality is that from robberies, you're not really safe anywhere you go. Like any of those motos that are driving around here, like some of them can just pull a gun out and rob everything you have. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fight the guy with the gun? Like, I don't think so, you know. There's this bird again. It looks like a fucking dinosaur. So I just bought this Osmo Action 4 action camera. It's the first time I'm recording with it because I was just pissed off at... Whoa, look, there's another one of those birds. Wow. Yeah, so the nature is actually quite nice in this country, one has to say. That's what I like about the streets in this neighborhood, that they're just like really green and have some like nice nature going on. Look at this tree, man, like the stuff that's hanging like down from it and stuff. I used to live in this apartment right there, but then I had issues with the landlord, so he kicked me out, and yeah, that was it for the apartment back there. Hola amigo, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias a usted.
Yeah.
Ya muy bien.
That's my friends in the hood here, got some street credibilities. And so back to the topic. I bought this Osmo Action 4 action camera because I was just like devastated with the stabilization that my Xiaomi gave me, and obviously this action camera is gonna have a lot better stabilization. So when I'm going to do more content on traveling around, I might actually go to Thailand in 3 weeks and then travel around Southeast Asia.
How you doing, my friend?
Good, how are you? So yeah, as you can see, the neighborhood is actually relatively quiet. That's also why I think like not too many of the robberies going to be happening here. But we're gonna need to talk in another video about the Scopolamine situation that is going on in Colombia, because the Scopolamine situation is costing a lot of lives from foreigners. And I've seen Americans getting drugged and robbed, and it's not something that you really want to get yourself into. So just keep that in mind. Like, if my advice, living in Colombia for like 1 year now, is it safe? No, it's not. It's not safe. Like, if you plan on coming here, you shouldn't be disillusioned. Like, I would rather tell you it's a bit more dangerous than it really is. I don't think Medellin is super dangerous, especially not in the neighborhoods that we are right now. But I don't want to be the guy who tells you to chill the fuck out and then you get robbed in the end. I do think if you listen to people, if they tell you something is dangerous, like let's say you walk down the street here and the guy's like, hermano, van a robar tu camera. Like, you should listen to them. They're not gonna say that without reason. So when people tell you something is safe, it usually tends to be safe. You can trust them because they get robbed too, right? They don't want you to make like the same kind of experiences that they have. But yeah, given that if you listen to people, I've talked to a lot of people asking them about safety. And usually if you're in a dangerous zone, then most people, when you ask them is it safe or not, will actually tell you, no, it's not safe. I actually didn't say too much, you know, we mostly talked about robberies now, but the robbery is the most, like the biggest threat that you can run into as a tourist. Like, other, like if you don't go into guerrilla, you know, zones like the border between Venezuela and Colombia, or Ecuador and Colombia, and you walk around there, then a lot of the safety concerns are already eliminated. But the robberies is like the main threat that you're going to face in big cities, especially. The small cities actually don't have this issue as much sometimes, because everybody knows everybody there, and if somebody robs you, people tend to know who that person is. In the big cities, it's much more anonymous, so people have less inhibition to pull a gun out and point it at you. Yeah, given all of that, I definitely don't feel safe walking around with a camera here. Like, I'm not talking about social anxiety or anything. I really don't care about that much at this point, but I don't feel safe holding like this, you know, $450 camera in front of my face. People might gonna think it's worth even more because they don't know the product or whatever. So not really a safe thing to do, but I'm still gonna do it. That's why I got the action cam, right? Because the action cam is much smaller than if I would be vlogging with an iPhone or, let's say, a bigger camera. It's also very robust. It means like somebody tries to pull it and I hold it back, like, and the whole goes on the ground, like it's not gonna be broken. So for this kind of like environment, those action cams are really cool. But yeah, it's still not 100% safe, and I'm always like staying alert about my surroundings, as you might be able to see. Yeah. If you like this kind of content about like traveling around, digital nomads, I have a lot of dating content too. I'm gonna approach some women with this action camera as well, and like film in-field videos and stuff like that. If you enjoy that content, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn how to make money online, so you can, you know, travel around, I'll put a link in the comments. You can schedule a conversation here with me for free. Other than that, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have a ton of more digital nomad travel content coming up, especially with the new camera now. I'm gonna give me much more flexibility to film things and stuff. Thank you so much for watching.